It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies. We are still stuck streaming movies at home. I remember a time there were these structures that had giant screens in them with state-of-the-art sound systems. They served up delicious freshly popped popcorn and other snacks in their lobby. It was a communal experience that brought people together, and it supplied us with a place to take a break from the stress of our daily lives. If memory serves me correctly, I believe they called these buildings movie theaters. Maybe I'm mistaken. Perhaps this is all just a naive dream that such a place could exist. Now back to reality. So directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Yes, I cannot tell you how happy I am to rage myself stupid this week. But first, we're just changing up the podcast a little bit. We're going to start out with thanking our very first membership subscriber by the name of James at our buymeacoffee.com/Film Rage YYC. And you too could sponsor us, or should I say be a member of the Film Rage family. They will get a special Film Rage merch item if you join, as well as he will be daring us, or you could be too, daring us to see a movie, which we will record a live session of our review. So yeah, James is our first member, and hope we're going to get a lot more. Check us out. Again, it's buymeacoffee.com/Film Rage YYC. Also, a special shout out for Rod, Mitch, and Rika for also renting us / buying us some movie rentals. Also, check out our merch site, which is tpublic.com/user/Film Rage YYC. So, yeah, we got merch, and we got a brand new t-shirt, which I'm super pumped about. I've been dreaming about this day my entire life, and our buddy Bex Goose, the potato queen herself, has created a kick-ass ladies who punch dicks and kick-ass shirt. Go check it out on our website too. What do you think? Want to dance?
Yeah, okay.
Streaming. What are we doing?
We're streaming, Jim. Alright, so we started this week with a little video on demand action. And that movie was titled Wrong Turn. Perhaps you've heard of it.
But it's not the other Wrong Turn. It's
Yes.
a different Wrong Turn.
Wrong Turn 2021 is a reboot of the 2003 film that spawned 5 sequels. The original had West Virginian inbred cannibals terrorizing a group of young folk, and that was the extent of it. The reboot is a little more intelligent, as a group of well-educated young people find themselves encountering a cult by the name of the Foundation that has lived in the Appalachian Mountains since 1859. That's a long time ago.
Woo!
Lots of crushed skulls and various other gores should satisfy most of the fans who are looking for a bloody good time. These moments were fairly well meshed with the political commentary that, while it was a little too in your face, it did serve a purpose, creating a conflict between our group of young idealistic hikers and the Foundation, whose beliefs harken back to those you would expect from a society living on the side of a mountain, sheltering themselves from the world around them.
Although I didn't see them growing grapes.
Yeah,
What's up with that?
Not an original film, but it was an original reboot, The ending was satisfying. The acting was decent, especially Bill Sage, who plays John, the Foundation's ruler. And it had enough going on for it to keep me interested. It tried really hard to be an intelligent, thought-provoking horror movie, but it falls apart a little, as you would think that some external authority would step in at some point if disappearances and murders were happening. The film wanted me to think more, but its basic premise needed me to check my brain at the door before watching it. So that makes this a meh.
Sweet. So, to be clear, they were warned, do not go off the path, by multiple people, I might add.
That is true.
They know they are in Hills Have Eyes country.
That is also true.
They leave the trail and then somebody dies and then they keep going off the trail. Okay, did I get that right?
They had an accident.
Went against the grain. Quickly after they go off the trail, somebody dies. But instead of going back to the trail and working their way back, they continue to go, we should probably go forward. I'm like, why? Whatever you're doing doesn't make sense. I'm like, okay. So this went in a completely wrong turn from what I thought this film was going to be. I do not want to spoil much on this, but I thought it was going to be a remake of the original film Wrong Turn.
Not even close.
But that wasn't it.
This is the definition of a reboot, and they did say it was a reboot, not a remake, and they rebooted the hell out of this.
Yeah, they certainly did. The gore had some great practical effects. The story, although somewhat done before, I found it a bit fresh and enjoyed the concept.
Yeah.
Sounds a little similar to what you said.
Kinda.
Not sure that a local ranger would go and help Modine's character. And Modine's not really a big part of this movie, but his character kind of just pops in and pops out whenever it feels like it, especially with all the hype that the town had. So that seemed a little unrealistic when all of a sudden he's like, yeah, okay, I'll go. It's like nobody wants to go. Everybody's warning you, no, don't go. But then he's got to go. But I figured, okay, let's just go along for this ride and enjoy it. Sit tight, hold on to the person in front of you on the motorcycle and just go for a ride. Kind of funny that the ranger lasted a very short time after bragging. He knew that the area had traps. He's like, oh, I know this area. I know all their traps. In fact, that's what made me actually start to enjoy this movie even more. Because up until that time, I was kind of thinking, I don't know. It's kind of a little boring. But yeah, and then boom, baby. I don't know why I wanted to find faults in this film. I don't know. I was like looking for the faults. And then when that happened, I was just like,
just have a good time.
This is it. Yeah, I'm just going to have a good time. And that's when I started to. This type of The Village meets Chainsaw Massacre movie seemed fairly unrealistic, but I got really immersed in it. Especially once the cannibalism started. Every time I was like, okay, this is getting old. Something cool kind of happened and pulled me back in. Do I think that some of this was unbelievable? Yeah. Did I want to believe it so I can enjoy the ride? Absolutely, I did. Had a good amount of gore, suspense, and ladies who kick ass and punch dicks. Shout out to our t-shirt again. But the ending
Your t-shirt.
and the A-team pair up at the end kind of made me lose my buzz a bit. I liked it a lot, but not loved it. It gets a fun and creepy stroll through the woods, meh. But the ending was super dumb and completely did not make any sense at all.
The ending was all right.
No, it was not. It made no sense.
Like you're talking the very, very ending.
The very, very ending.
That's kind of cool.
The very, very ending, like the last minute, the last 30 seconds was good. But the 5 minutes prior to that was not good.
Okay.
Because these people lived in I don't want to spoil too much, but it's kind of transparent what was going to happen. Like, if they would have ended it earlier when she's leaving in the car, that would have been a perfect ending. But they had to show her go back and start living a life with her dad, and then it was just like
That was kind of weird,
exactly.
but then when he showed up and like the very ending, I thought that was cool.
The very 30 seconds, I'll give you.
Yeah.
But the 5 minutes before, it made no sense. These people don't leave their
when they're leaving
hillside.
the house and they get in the camper, I was like, oh. And then all of a sudden you see stuff happen. That's cool.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. And the reason it wasn't.
Why wasn't?
The reason it wasn't.
Why?
Is because these are people who said they don't need society. They do not need automobiles. They do not need anything but what the mountain can provide. So where the fuck did they pick up a giant camper van to bring the whole clan out to visit? It makes no sense. They were not about to leave their comfort of their mountain.
They showed that they leave the comfort of their mountain all the time, though. They were selling like trinkets or whatever at the beginning of the film. They're not totally
Yeah,
cut
but that
off.
was just in the town. They didn't show them have vehicles and shit.
Yeah.
So it was dumb.
Nah, that wasn't dumb, but overall it was meh.
I'll give you the 30 seconds.
That's cool.
FYI, my favorite line was, "I can smell your juices."
There you go. All right, that's a good time to end the conversation on the wrong turn.
Was on "I smell your juices."
I can smell your juices. The end.
I can smell your the end. Okay, so what else did we see? We saw The Dark and the Wicked from Shudder.
Shudder. Dum dum.
Thank you.
Dum dum.
On a secluded farm in a nondescript rural town, a man is slowly dying. His family gathers to mourn, and soon a darkness grows, marked by waking nightmares and growing sense that something evil is taking over the family. And it's directed and written by Brian Bertino, I'm thinking. Stars Marin Ireland, Michael Abbott Jr., and Julie Oliver Touchstone? What a name.
That's a fantastic name. Why don't you talk about the film,
I know,
Jim?
right? I just think it's like a movie. It's like Touchstone Pictures. I'm Julie Oliver Touchstone.
Yeah.
I'm famous.
It's fantastic. So what'd you think of the movie?
Well, the movie, the music and the sound in this was incredible. The whole beginning helped to build such a natural level of creep, and all sound, music, and visuals were all done so well.
Yes.
That, coupled by the super tight, quick edits, just kept building atmosphere and suspense. Who knew cutting carrots could feel so creepy? Or wait, I mean cutting fingers.
Yes.
Also, hanging things around the farm is always creepy. But can anyone tell me, and by anyone I mean you, because I'm not talking to anybody else right now, can anybody tell me why they always put hanging creepy things on wires, like at farms? Like, what's the point?
Just to make noise, so they know like when stuff's moving around.
But they had it everywhere. They didn't. It was at the house. It was at the barn. It was like everywhere. Hey, I'm not complaining. I'm just kind of wanting to know why they need to have so much
Plus, I think
of it.
maybe a movie will get made here someday. It'll look cool.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm sold. Plus, gotta love a creepy farm that has mannequins.
Yeah.
What?
It's awesome.
What is happening?
I think a lot of farmers are going to watch this film and they're going to go get themselves some mannequins.
So random. Oh my God, such a great, slow, creepy burn. The daymares, the nightmares, they're all so well built. The light turning on, spider mouth, creepy dad shower, creepy priest, creepy little girl, creepy dead moms. Just when you thought it couldn't get any creepier, they showed dead children. Yes, creepy little fuckers just bleeding out. Drip, drip, drip. The slow burn of this film
so good.
takes you through on a total mindfuck, is so well done. And although the constant layers of torture put on the siblings got a little overdone at times, but I still loved it ultimately. Ending was a great jump scare, Mondo, although was it the best ending it could have been? I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it still gets to keep its mondo for me. Favorite line, and there's a theme here today, and we didn't choose our movies based on this, but I'm kind of glad we did. Do you smell him? He's close now.
Yes.
That's right. That's 2 smell movies in one night.
Nice.
Boom.
All right, sir. The Dark and the Wicked.
Wicked.
This film rushes nothing. The first 20 minutes or so slowly introduces us to the characters and their surroundings. We get a lay of the land and a feeling of what we are about to witness. We are introduced to the dying father and the wife that is not dealing with it very well. From here, we are introduced to their children that seem to have been mostly absent as their father's health deteriorated. They are, however, here now, and the end is inevitable. From here, there is an evil that seems to be on the peripherals of every occurrence. As a viewer, we are in the same boat as the characters, as we do not know what's going on. We continue on this path to madness right along with this family. Each character wrestles with demons within their minds, and they face not only their own mortality, but their families as well. The film also uses sound as effectively as any movie I have seen in a while. Whether it was at the moment of a jump scare or the build up to a horrifying scene or just the sounds of nature around and around the creaking old house. The sound breathed. What are you laughing at? The sound breathed.
The horse is moving towards you.
Is he?
It was like, oh my God, I'm getting scared. And
Charlie Horse.
Charlie's
Don't worry, Charlie. We're
along.
almost done talking about this movie. I know it creeped you out too. For those of you not watching on YouTube.
YouTube.
Can't watch on Twitter.
Probably also not watching it on Twitter.
Yeah, so for you, the Charlie Horse is like creeped out by this because he was there watching this and reliving it. It's a little bit stressful for him, but
he's twitchy. He's a little twitchy tonight.
He is. At any rate, the sound breathed a ton of life into this story. The overall tone of dread is effectively presented in this visually stellar and audibly perfect mondo of a movie.
What? This is so cool.
Yeah. I love this movie.
I don't know. Like, it's funny how you put that about the sound. Like, you know me, I do love. To me, it's got to create the full atmosphere.
Yeah.
And this was. Let's like when we saw Gretel and Hansel. The sound in Gretel and Hansel. Yeah. Right. I mean, it just built that level of atmosphere, and it wouldn't have been as creepy. And interestingly enough, this is not your favorite genre of horror.
No.
Right.
But I love this movie.
Yeah, because it was done so well. And interesting because, the same thing with Wrong Turn. I wouldn't say it was a slasher, but definitely our next movie we're going to talk about is a slasher.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. So interesting that, I fully think that everybody should see this movie and get ready for a ride that you are not going to expect.
And Shudder's back, baby. They gave us a couple of stinkers again, but Shudder, I tell you, Shudder is a bit of a roller coaster. There's no question.
It is. It's
However,
like you were gonna get
the highs are so worth it because they're so like you get the Impetigores and you get the La Lloronas that get like got nominated for awards, man. Yep. And you get this movie, and then you get like just the pool and just the room and just awful movies. But the thing is, the ones that are good are not good; they're great.
Yeah, and the ones that are bad are really bad.
The ones that are bad are almost unwatchable, but it's worth it because when you get this, and to be honest, they probably bat about 500 with their originals and exclusive. I would say they bat about 500, but you know what? If I'm gonna get this every other movie, sign me up.
Or even if you got it every 4th movie.
Yeah, even if you got it every 7th movie. I mean, still sign me up because this is worth it.
Yeah, and you think of the price of Shudder.
Oh, it's like $40
right?
for like an entire year. Yeah, 40 something bucks for a whole year.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, if I've seen Well, what did we pay? We spent $6 on the VOD, right? So if we only had Shudder, like in 3 months or 4 months, it's paid for itself.
I'm gonna give Shudder one more little plug here. You know what's coming up March 18th on Shudder?
I have a feeling I know what you're going to say.
So we're not going to review it this week, but we will be reviewing it next week.
Oh, yes.
It's a movie by the name of Slacks. And it's about some killer pants, and it made its debut at the the Toronto International Film Festival this year, and we were like so close to actually ordering this, but didn't.
Yeah. Well, and then it was supposed to. It kept advertising that it was coming.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't, and it was breaking our heart. Because we thought it was playing.
Did it play Toronto? Maybe it didn't play Toronto. Maybe I'm mistaken.
It played in the theaters.
Oh,
in Toronto.
In Toronto. That's why I'm all confused.
Yes.
Okay.
And we couldn't get it. So.
Yeah, I thought it was part of their midnight screening, but if it was, or their midnight stuff, but if it was, we would have watched it. I'm sure.
No, yeah, 100% we would have watched it. Yeah. But no, it was because it was
playing
when it came to release.
We were just going into lockdown.
Select theaters.
And,
Select
it was
theaters.
selected. Yeah, we were actually open at the time. We still couldn't see the darn thing, could we?
Nope. That was your rage one week. I remember that.
Yeah, I do remember that.
All right. Well, do you want to talk
come March
about
18th, we get to watch it. Yeah, let's talk Butchers. Let's talk Butchers. Butchers, you can see currently on a streaming app by the name of Prime. It's kind of big. A lot of people have it.
They do.
It's a pretty good deal. Get yourself some cheap shipping if you want to support the robots that pull the product.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, robots got to eat too, right? Oh, wait a second. They don't.
Robots.
They don't have to eat at all. I digress. All right, Butchers. Currently streaming on Prime. Butchers was like Wrong Turn, but it did not challenge you to think about anything. Unoriginal, but not trying to be anything grander than what it is. No deep meaning, just hicks killing attractive young folk. Take 2 attractive young ladies and 2 men, put them in a car that breaks down in the middle of nowhere, then insert some psychotic country hicks and watch the mayhem. Not super interesting, not inventive or thought-provoking, just a movie that rolls along. But it does have a fairly dynamic lead in the form of our head hick, Owen, played by Simon Phillips, that elevates some of the material. The one major problem I had was with the ending. I was a little confused as where the person that was shooting, it just didn't seem to jive with the blood spatter on the car window. It was like this weird angle, and it all happened so fast. So I literally, the movie ended. I'm like, okay, I obviously missed something. So I rewound it and I watched it again, and I'm still not seeing how this is possible from where he was standing, where the blood splat. I mean, maybe I'm being picky on a movie like this, but
it was a ricochet. But it's funny you say that.
It was weird. So anyways, at the end of the day, you know what you're getting with this movie. It's exactly what you would expect. So I didn't hate it. It was a meh.
So it's funny you said that, because I had to rewind it 4 times at the end to rewatch the ending. I was like,
what the hell happened? I didn't even know. I still don't know what happened, really. And then you got the weird shot of him crawling, climbing through the window. Like, I guess he was, I don't know, was he eating? I don't know what he was doing.
He was going to be munching down.
Yeah.
They broke up his other munch session.
Yeah. It's just, but I still don't understand how that all transpired. Unless it's got like a, I don't know.
I'm going to say ricochet, maybe?
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Or maybe it's just got a, it just takes a right-hand turn. I don't know. It was weird.
He bent it like Beckham, maybe.
Oh, remember that movie where they'd shoot, but the bolts would like curve? They could like shoot around corners and stuff. I think it was an Angelina Jolie movie.
Yeah, that was it.
They did something with they flicked their wrists.
Hunted or Wanted?
Yeah.
Hunted or Wanted or something like that. So
they could actually shoot around corners and stuff. Maybe that's
what that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, these hicks were just they were just practicing, and they found out they could
so it's now a Mondo for you?
No, it's a meh.
Well, let me tell you what I thought of this. Okay, so I love how it doesn't beat around the bush and just gets to the killing and terrorizing right off the bat. Like, Why
It
are we
is what it
waiting for
is.
this? We know we're getting what we're getting, and you're getting it in the first 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Yep. No plot for this movie.
None needed.
The first scene really does set a great ambiance and feel for the director's eye of what we're about to see. In fact, I actually really liked a lot of the kill shots on this. Like the quick edits and change-ups that the director had. He had a really good vision for such a low, and it's super low budget, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that's like practical effects that's just like, they obviously made that in their basement. But it's I just thought he had a really good eye, this director. So I'm looking forward to him getting a budget.
I agree.
A great car kill scene, quite possibly one of the best car kill scenes I've ever seen. So that was done really well. Also, fairly early on in the movie. So watch for that if you're going to see this. I was promised cannibals though, and halfway in, and no one chowed down on anybody yet. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm promised cannibals, and I ain't got no cannibals. Their cutting block, by the way, was so filthy. I wouldn't be surprised that COVID perhaps started in their stick box farm, because God only knows what kind of animals have been cut on that, and there's got to be cross-contamination that potentially COVID came from this farm.
It's entirely possible.
It's entirely possible. Nothing says creepy cannibal like a creepy ogre adjacent brother that's locked up in a... And I want to say... What was that movie that also was on Shudder back a while ago where the vampire was trapped in a cardboard box in the backyard?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there was kind of the same thing. I imagine there would have been no effort at all to push these pieces of wood apart. You couldn't hold a giant ogre, cannibal ogre,
yes.
Lock him up in this, this wood that's definitely not strong enough. But, I was okay with it because I knew, I'm like, they're telling the story. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Got lots of filthiness. I don't say filthiness enough, but this movie was filthy.
It was.
And it was filthy on so many levels. Lots of gore, lots of torture, lots of grossness, chopping, and some dumb stuff as well. You can't avoid the dumb stuff in this kind of movie. Fun little spin on Texas Have Eyes of 1,000 Corpses, as I want to call it.
There you go.
It's kind of a trifecta of this genre. The fake pregnancy. Okay, so that you had to have laughed at that. It literally looked like a pillow. She's sitting down and it's like folded over like it's a pillow. I'm like, could you not have gotten anything? Like put a balloon in there, maybe.
Yeah, it was fun. You're nitpicking.
I'm just saying this is what made me enjoy it.
Exactly. It made it better.
It did make it. It literally did, because I'm like, okay, I can see they're not obviously making any effort for realism on this, and the final girl, who's not so smart and apparently super lucky, because she keeps escaping. They're just like, okay, you're the dumbest final girl that's ever lived, because apparently you are like, I don't know how you're so lucky to fluke out to be able to escape all the time, but then you're too stupid to not know that you need to not talk to people. With the amount of time she escaped and got captured, it started to actually really annoy me. Like the hillbilly elegy of the family and they had some good shots and kills, but ultimately bad final girl and not enough cannibal eating. And I was promised cannibals, and I want my cannibals. So it's a meh.
Yeah, it's meh. It's totally a meh. Did I have a good time? Yeah. Did I have a really, 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 really good time? Nah, it was a meh.
Movie, great time?
No.
Okay, so my favorite line, unfortunately there wasn't a smell line for me to pull out.
Oh, no.
But there is one of the best lines from any, shall I say, slasher movie ever.
Really?
Y'all aren't vegetarians, are you? Good, because I fucking hate those people.
Yeah.
And if he hates vegetarians, imagine what he thinks about vegans.
Yeah, well. But
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I know who you're looking at.
So that was not bad.
Yeah, it was all right.
All right. I got some meh.
All right.
Cannibal bowl of meh.
Totally.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. rage taking over.
Well, my rage this week has kind of been percolating for probably the last week. And it all stemmed from the movie I Care a Lot, which I didn't really get. I feel I gave it enough effort to rage on it last week. But it kind of rolls over into some of it for just movies in general. Because one of the things that really actually annoys me, and I know at times it annoys you even more than me, is when they don't properly figure out all the logic for a movie. So we both, last week, we see I Care a Lot. And actually, you know what's causing me to rage about it is so many people on social media are loving this movie. And it even got nominated for fucking awards.
Rosamund Pike won Best Actress in a whatever.
Yes, but I mean, she deserves it. She did a great job. But this movie is, well, it made me rage. You gave it a meh. I can't stand it when a movie puts so much thought and purpose into its logic of the movie and then completely loses its shit. And the same thing happened with us with Queenie and Slim a couple years ago. Like, same thing. That movie, I remember this one so predominantly in my mind because for you, it was like the last, I think, 15 minutes, and it caused you to go from Mondo to Rage in a matter of 15 minutes, which is exactly what happened to me with Rosamund Pike's film. I Care a Lot. I couldn't get over the fact that the ending was so terrible that I couldn't get past it. And it was a meh. It would have stayed a meh for me, too, if the ending wouldn't have been so terrible. In fact, it could have been a Mondo. But so that's my rage this week. I'm like, people, if you're going to put logic so well defined into your movie, how about you take it right to the very end of the movie? I'm not going to be harping on Butchers because the whole movie had no logic attached to it. So to your point about the gunshot at the end, which, you know, if they're going to have a pillow for a pregnant woman, you know, a ricocheting bullet.
I know I was nitpicking.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying is, like, I can't really, if a movie isn't based on logic, you can't really fault it for it. But if a movie is based on intelligent people and intelligent characters without logic through the entire movie, just stop making the movie or get better writers to finish the movie. I don't know what the solution is, but just fucking stop doing it. That's my rage this week.
Huh.
Are you on board or are you off board?
Yeah. Seems like a reasonable rage.
Just making sure you're kind of quiet over there. I don't know.
What's there to say?
Okay,
I agree, Jim.
I'm not really filled with rage today, Jim.
I'm really not.
Look at my face.
All right. I don't know what my rage is this week. I guess it could be the fact that Riz Ahmed, who should have won Best Actor at the Golden Globes, did not, because that was probably the best performance that I've seen by anybody in maybe like 20 years. The Sound of Metal was such an unbelievably good movie, and he was unbelievable in it. I was also a little, maybe I'll rage about the Golden Globes a little bit. I don't know, because I was also annoyed. Like, how does Sacha Baron Cohen win an award for Borat? Like, I know this wasn't the strongest year for movies ever, but really? You're handing out a trophy for that character? I don't get that.
Okay, what did he win for? So again, keep in mind that I don't watch the awards shows. So, because I don't really care, because they're all stupid. But I'm sorry, what he won for what?
He won Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, Sacha Baron Cohen. Borat subsequent movie.
What was he up against?
Well, this is what's sad. The first one is ridiculous. And if you did see them, you could see how disappointed he was when he didn't win, which I'm like, how did you think you could possibly win? James Corden for The Prom, which you watched.
No, I watched the first 10 minutes.
Oh, I thought you watched the whole thing.
No, I watched the first 10 minutes and turned it off because it was so terrible.
Okay, Lin-Manuel Miranda for Hamilton. They filmed a stage play or a Broadway or whatever the heck it is. Broadway
yes,
musical.
it's all over Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then Dev Patel, The Personal History of David Copperfield. I mean,
What?
how do you give Sacha Baron Cohen the trophy over
my
him?
God. See, this is why I stopped watching these awards.
And then this one's a little odd, but even this one I could have accepted more than Sacha Baron Cohen. They actually nominated Andy Samberg for Palm Springs.
Whoa, he deserves it for that. That was a good movie.
Yeah,
We
it was
both
a good
liked that.
movie. So, it's just weird. The other thing is, I'm just looking at all this, like the fact that Andra Day won for the United States versus Billie Holiday. Haven't seen the movie.
No.
But there's no way she was better than Viola Davis. There's no way she was even better than.
No one's better than Viola
There's
Davis.
no way she was better than Vanessa Kirby. I need to watch the movie, and if I'm wrong, then I will shut up. But honestly, I've seen Nomadland, which I'm sure at some point we're going to talk about this movie because we're going to have to because it's so awesome. Frances McDormand, hands down, should have won that. I don't understand how she didn't.
She's a goddess.
Yeah. So it's just a lot of.
And you know what?
lot of
She's
weird
also
stuff.
mesmerizing, don't you know?
She is mesmerizing.
She's
There's no
mesmerizing,
question.
don't you know, eh?
Yeah. So
Sorry,
I
that
don't
was
know.
my best Frances McDormand impression from Fargo, by the way.
Yeah, that was fantastic. It's just a weird day. I mean, Jodie Foster won for The Mauritanian, which once again I've seen. It's an excellent movie. She absolutely didn't deserve to win any award for it. She was solid as Jodie Foster always is. No matter Jodie Foster in any of those Jodie Foster movies is always great. But
She's also mesmerizing, by the way.
but she didn't deserve to win over Olivia Colman even for the father, and definitely she didn't deserve to win over Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy.
Yeah, don't even get me started on motherfucking Glenn Close.
So it's just
Hashtag.
once
Motherfucking
again
Glenn Close.
the awards are just stupid and they're a popularity contest, and it's not a I wish it was just totally legit, but it just doesn't seem to be. I don't dig it.
You have a very calming.
I was
rage
thinking
to
that
your voice,
I was thinking that how it should work is I should get 3 votes on who wins the trophy, right? You should get 1.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, at least I get a vote. What else?
What is it? Is it like the foreign press or something that picks these? I think it is. The foreign press should get like 2. So I get 3,
Yes.
you get 1. Foreign press
Yep.
gets 2.
Yep.
And then some random
Tie goes.
and then
Tie goes to Murray.
Well, no.
Tie goes to Murray.
Okay,
Oh, wait, he gets to say-
Murray can have 1 too. Okay.
Wait, he has half a vote if I get 1.
No, you guys get equal vote. You both get 1. And then like 1 more, they just randomly dial a phone number and ask somebody, who do you think should win, and whoever they give, that's a vote. And then they should add those up.
I ain't done seen that movie, but I'll give it to him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Know what I'm saying?
The people that have
Know what I'm
the foreign press, they haven't seen him either.
I like Bo Rat. He should get it.
He probably would have won anyways.
That's probably how he won. What are you talking about?
There you go. Anyways, kind of a weak rage this week because I really had nothing prepared. I don't know if you could notice. But,
No, we did a good job raging on it because it's literally one of my favorite things to rage about.
Yes, I know. You hate awards.
I hate award shows because
Yes.
they're all stupid.
It's all-
and every single one is either fixed or planted or reverse planted or unplanted. It's just they're all idiotic. And they mean nothing really at the end of the day because guess what? The only vote that matters is mine. My 1 vote that you gave me is the only vote that matters.
There you go. And my 3 votes.
Exactly.
Yes, and all 3 of them go for Riz Ahmed, best actor of the
I'll second that.
of the 2000s in that particular role. He was so unbelievably
The 4
good.
votes he got for that, he deserves it.
There you go. All right.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
So, what have you got for us this week that you promised you would give us? Somebody, just as long as it's just one, for the repulsive list.
Repulsive list?
Yeah.
I can think of... I don't even remember who we put on it. Who do we put on it so far?
How could you not remember?
I don't know.
Like
There's
the
so
most
many...
important moment of our lives.
I don't know that it was because I'm having trouble separating stuff.
When we created the repulsive list,
all right, so who's
it was
on
literally the best moment in film rage history.
Yeah, who's on
when
it?
we put on the most fabulous.
There's like 4 people so far?
The most fabulous. No, we only, I think, put 2 on it.
No, we put more
But
than that.
if everybody looks at our... Nope, there's only 2 because a couple of them you vetoed.
Oh, yeah, you attempted to put 4 on it. That's right.
Yeah, and you vetoed 2 of them because I don't know why.
Well, you know what would be funny if I nominated one of the ones that I vetoed? That'd be hilarious.
Sounds like something I might do. But yeah, so we have Hayden Christensen.
Right.
And
Pretty boy Paul Walker. Yeah, pretty boy Paul Walker.
That's right.
Okay, well, we got to get some females on this list.
That's right. So that's your charge. You were charged with it last week.
I got it under control. Who are you talking to here?
Okay, so let's have it.
Katherine
Just
Heigl.
give me your name.
Katherine Heigl. She's repulsive.
Okay, wait. Wait. Hold on. I can't show this because it's going to give away. But Katherine Heigl is one of the only women on my list, too.
There you go. She's
it's
the
official.
worst.
Katherine Heigl is repulsive.
Unbelievably repulsive. I mean, I will, if she's in a movie, I do not want to see that movie. I want to run in the other direction. If I walk into a room and there's a Katherine Heigl movie on, I ain't staying in that room.
Yeah, see, that's like me with Julia Roberts. I could not do it, man. I can't do it.
All right.
But I'm on board with your Katherine Heigl. She was on my list, too.
So,
of the 2 women that I had on my list,
yep,
she was one and Julia Roberts was the other.
There
so
you go.
now you've got a charge to find another woman. Let's even this team out.
I'm gonna present 2 more women because I'm gonna try to tilt the old seesaw in the direction of the females today. We'll see if
hopefully people don't think we're sexist because
we're not
trying to
sexist.
get more women.
We're trying to just equal everything out. We got 2 men. We're trying to put some women on now.
We're getting some equality. Okay, who
are you ready?
You going for? Yeah, I'm ready.
This is a slam dunk.
Maybe I thought Julia Roberts was a slam dunk, so let's hear it.
Tara Reid.
Tara Reid. Huh. But she was so good in American Pie.
Was she?
I think she was.
Maybe the first one she was watchable before she got like all anorexic and skeleton-like.
Well, there's that. But she's also in some TV shows. Not related. It's true. She is awful. Let's face it.
As I say,
I liked her in American Pie. So how do we combat that?
Well, that's for you to decide, my friend. If you think she's not repulsive,
I'm gonna have to. I want to say she's repulsive now, but she hasn't always been repulsive. So I'm gonna have to say no. She's not.
Wow.
Hey, I'm not saying she's not now, but there's a time where she wasn't. Plus, I love every Sharknado movie, and that makes me laugh. So.
Oh God. Okay. So she is not. So there we go. I got one. Actually, you know what? Screw it. You got to do 4. I'm doing 4.
Okay, do it. Well, you've done 2 so far.
Yeah. So I'm 1 and 1.
So do 4. Yeah. Keep going.
Melanie Griffith.
Oh, no way. Where'd you get that from?
Because she's repulsive. She's the worst frickin' actor ever. I cannot watch her even say 2 lines. She is awful. And has always been. There was never a time when Melanie Griffith wasn't awful. You can't go back to one of her early movies. Oh, she was so good in that. No, she was always awful. Some might say she's repulsive.
You know what? I hate to do this, but she was in a John Waters movie called Cecil B. Demented, and she was epic in that.
Oh, my goodness gracious. gracious.
Everything else, I'm looking at her list. Yep. One movie can pull them off the repulsive list. Hey, you didn't give it to Julia Roberts, and you could only come up with one movie for her.
All right, here's my fourth shot.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I was born ready.
LT.
LT. Lana Turner?
Liv Tyler.
Oh, Liv Tyler. Oh, man, that's tough. Because she is pretty repulsive. But at the same time,
Oh, my goodness.
she was in the movie Scream.
What? What?
She was in Scream.
Okay.
I got it.
So Liv Tyler's in a movie and you're going to watch it. Okay.
Well, let me see all the movies that I actually chose to see, even though she was in it. This is a tough call because I think she is repulsive. Don't get me wrong. I think she's repulsive. That is 100% true. But I saw the entire trilogy of Lord of the Rings. Didn't you even like Jersey Girl? I'm pretty sure you like Jersey Girl.
It's a Kevin Smith movie, but it wasn't. It was his worst movie. It was. You know what? George Carlin. I liked watching George Carlin in it. That was good. And Ben Affleck's always great.
He's always somewhat adequate. Yes.
Ben Affleck's the best.
But
you know what's weird? I keep on seeing him on like worst actors of all time lists. It's really strange. I don't understand.
I kind of understand it actually. When you see
makes
some
no
of his
sense.
movies.
It's nonsensical.
Where he was a basketball player, which makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense because he's like looks like a super. You know what? He could play a paper bag. That'd be cool. He could play president of the United States. That'd be cool. He could play like a monkey king. I'd totally buy that. He could play.
Yeah, you've got some kind of Ben Affleck boner going on. I don't get it.
He could play like the Prime Minister of Great Britain. I'd totally buy that. He could be like.
That's pretty random.
he could play. I don't know what else. Like, he could play like a dictator from like Cuba. I totally buy that.
I don't know. I don't buy a lot.
He could do it all. He could play.
He'd almost be a.
He
didn't make me accountant. He'd be on my repulsive list. He was okay in Batman. Sure, I'll give him that.
Good and everything.
Okay, so I don't know what to say. I'm torn because I do think Liv Tyler is repulsive, but I will see movies because she's kind of has the we've used turnip carrot. She's like the carrot. She may be repulsive, and some people don't like carrots, but she still seems to pick good movies to be in.
Okay, then I'm doing I gotta get two on, so I'm doing one more. I don't care what the.
Okay.
Chris Klein. We're going off the females, back to the males. Chris Klein.
Okay, he's for sure.
he's repulsive.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right. I got two on. Took me 5, but I got 2 on.
Yeah, hey, that's not bad. That was a pretty good list. So we still the men to women are definitely overruling us here.
Yeah, 3-1 now, I guess.
Apparently, at least. Hey, if you wouldn't give me Julia Roberts, I couldn't give up. I just couldn't give up. Melanie Griffith. Go watch Cecil B. Demented. You'll change.
I've watched Cecil B. Demented.
She was great in that movie because she's filthy.
Mm-hmm.
See, I got to say filthy twice in the same episode.
Wonderful.
Kind of was. Yeah, sure. I'll take it.
So, what else going on? Is there anything else going on with the lists? You got anything else? Anything?
Yeah, do you want me to give?
Yeah, give me something.
I'll give you one. I'll give you something. I'm gonna give you. Let's get off the repulsive. I'm gonna give you a mesmerized.
Give me a mesmerized. Make it a good one though.
I hope so. I'm gonna say John Goodman.
John Goodman.
Yep.
From Roseanne.
Yeah, the great comedic actor John Goodman.
I love John Goodman.
Who doesn't?
Pretty much when he's making a movie too. I'm trying to think of a bad John Goodman movie.
Maybe he could make. So what are you saying? He may actually make The Undoubted? Oh no, wait, he can't be on The Undoubted.
What
Because
messed
he was
him
in
up?
that terrible movie about
What messed him up?
blues music, mate.
Blues music.
Yeah, the movie I'm trying to block from my mind that ever existed on the planet
I don't even
because
know
I
what you're
hated
talking
it
about.
so much.
Really? What was it?
Yep. It wasn't it by the Coen brothers? Oh, that might have been far enough back. Wait a minute.
Oh, are you talking about Inside Llewyn Davis?
Yeah,
That
the
wasn't
worst movie ever
It wasn't
made.
about
Yeah.
blues music, but anyways.
Okay, so we might still be able to do this because he's been because that's been pretty far back now. Okay, so
Okay,
let's
let's-
just go forward.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll make. The
You know what?
Undoubted list.
From Mesmerized to Undoubted, let's see if we can make it happen.
Okay, so he was in Captive State.
Captive State was meh.
Yep, I agree. Okay, you're gonna have to keep track of this because I can't do two things at once. So that's
Yes.
one movie. Okay, I think he's gonna go because what is this? Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get past it because I don't think you would have. I gave it a Mondo, but I'm positive. Oh, but I don't think you did. Valerian, the City of 1,000 Planets.
Oh no.
That might even have been.
Those are
arranged
back
for
to
you.
back. Those two.
Yeah. So yeah, it went
Because I guess I'm
Captive
screw-
State.
Yeah.
And then he made a TV series, a video game, Roseanne, Saturday Night Live, McDonald's commercial, what? And then he did Skull Island Monarch Files, which really isn't Skull Island. It's like
no.
a spin-off thing. And then it's Valerian, City of 1,000 Planets. So
So
But
his
then
last
he was
two
a boy.
screwed me. Or screwed him. Okay. Whatever.
screwed him.
What else
Oh, he
was
was
before
also
that?
in Atomic Blonde. So if the yeah,
That was mad too.
yeah, there you go.
I thought I thought he was so solid.
Well, that's,
he is though.
He's mesmerizing.
He's definitely
We'll give him that.
mesmerizing. We'll give him that.
Sweet. All right. Okay. Ah, you know what time it is? The moment we've all been waiting for. Why this episode is dedicated to Battlefield Earth.
And anybody that's watching on YouTube can see that I have been actually paying tribute to Battlefield Earth this entire episode. But Jim doesn't
Is it because of
understand.
your high forehead, like John
No.
Travolta's is?
Anybody else
Wow.
that's watching understands except for you. I don't understand how you cannot see what I'm doing right now.
You're badly acting? I don't know.
No.
Is that it? Oh, your script is terrible?
No.
Okay, well, so last week on Rage or Dare, we pulled the final rage item from Murray's completely empty bag of rage jizz. This week, Bryce will get to cannonball back into the pool of pleasure with the dare bag from our listeners, or go back to a completely satisfying bag of rage from me. Well, completely satisfying for me, that is. Ha, wink, wink. Let's start with Bryce to see if our doubted actor, John Travolta, deserves his doubted title, or was Battlefield Earth one of the rare exceptions that could make us reconsider his brilliant acting choices, and maybe, just maybe, remove him from our doubted list. Bryce, what do you say?
Yeah. That was a bad movie. Battlefield Earth was so bad that
How bad was it?
that after I watched it, I literally had to find out how this piece of garbage got made. I found one of the writers did like this YouTube thing where he actually was talking about how it all came together and how he was hired and how everything in his being was telling him not to take this project, but he took it anyways. And how he wrote the script and then, the Scientologist kind of got a hold of it and they kind of twisted it a little bit, but it's basically what he wrote. And they kind of promised, when he's writing this, he has this vision of this, this giant budget that didn't quite come through, as you can see from the special effects in this movie. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, you can see that this entire episode on YouTube, I have been using what's known as a Dutch angle, where the camera is not head on, it's tilted. And that is exactly what happens in this entire movie. I've never seen a movie that is 100% Dutch angles. At one point, there is about a 5-minute stretch where they would show it from one perspective, the camera would move to another perspective, and the camera literally went up and down like a teeter-totter. It slanted to the right, and then on the next shot, it slanted to the left. And then on the next shot, it slanted to the right, and then on the next shot, it slanted to the left. And it did this for about 5 minutes. There is literally not a shot in this movie that is straight on. It is at an angle the entire movie. I have never witnessed this before. I thought the Dutch angle was to really exclamate a point. Maybe a part where there's an epiphany or something awful happens or there's a realization and there's, you get that and then you get the Dutch angle and you're like, oh yeah, and it's effective. But when you just do the entire film, what is this director even doing? Yeah. And why are they filming way beyond their means? They've got these grand ideas of what, if you wanted to make the movie in this fashion, you should have either waited till you had enough money or you had to find a way to scale it back because the whole thing looked awful. The acting was awful. I felt so sorry for Forrest Whitaker with those. Number one, I guarantee he did some damage to his eyes because those frickin' contact lenses he had, there's no way that those things were breathing at all. He was suffocating his cornea for the entire duration of that shooting, I guarantee. I bet you he had some serious conditions coming out of that, man. You can't do that to your eyes.
Spoken like a true ophthalmologist.
Yeah, but I'm not an ophthalmologist. I wish I was. I'd be living in a nice big house if I was an ophthalmologist. At any rate, this was just awful. Everything about it was just bad. Who is John Travolta channeling here? What? I guess
himself. Remember, he's doubted.
Yeah. And he had a lot of control in this. I mean, it was him, and apparently the head Scientologist guy, who for some reason his name eludes me, even though I've seen 9 documentaries on this guy.
I know, science guy.
Yeah, but apparently he was seeing all the dailies and everything, and he was so excited about this movie. And look at this, he was showing people, and everybody was like, "Wow, this looks bad," and it was. This was a rage, and I've never seen a movie that is 100% Dutch angles.
Well, I want to point out that the Dutch oven / angle that you've created is pointing to our fabulous Mr. Potato. So
there you go.
That's the focus of this episode is your Dutch oven.
I still can't believe you couldn't see that I was doing a tribute to Battlefield Earth for the entire episode for our YouTube viewers.
Thanks for explaining it to me. Now I see it, but I really had a tough time with this movie. So let me tell you what I thought about it.
Go ahead.
First off, I now want to join Scientology.
No, you don't.
So hashtag Scientology. This movie was awesome. Wait, was this the movie that started John Travolta's stardom? Back to stardom?
No, it wasn't.
We should probably look this up.
No, it wasn't.
You sure?
Yeah, no, that was Pulp Fiction.
Huh.
Totally different movie.
I guess nope. Okay, all the slow-mo and terrible CGI when Travolta shows up is truly mind-bendingly awful. Wait. Was this a made-for-TV movie?
No.
Are you sure?
Looks like it was made for public access TV.
I'm also confused. Why are the humans nose-plugged sometimes, and then the aliens are sometimes nose-plugged, and then sometimes they're not, and then sometimes they are? It didn't seem to... I think there was supposed to be some kind of logic to it. Now we're on
where they
planet,
were.
Now we're on this planet.
Yeah.
But it's everything looked like it was the same planet. So I wasn't really sure where they were at any given time. I think I was supposed to take the indication from where the nose plugs were. So, yeah, that was really dumb. And Was the nose plugs because the aliens were smelly? No, I don't think it was the air or the aliens. I think it was the dialogue. What the fuck was this movie? I don't get it. A science fiction film? A torture session from the minds of Scientology? I'm not sure. Was this a Scientology membership drive by torturing people so badly it wears them down and subliminally converts them? I don't know. My God, this dialogue was so painful. And the first 20 minutes of the dude riding his horse through... I'm like, first off, where is he going and why do I care? Like, I didn't understand why he was even leaving in the first place. And then these idiotic aliens talking awful dialogue that was... I'm just like, I'm so confused. I've never felt more like I was you in a movie than when I was watching this. And that's saying a lot.
I don't know what that means.
You're often. This is like your favorite line. I'm confused.
I was confused in this movie.
Exactly. Was this a sci-fi riddled pile of John Travolta rage? Absolutely, yes. And this, I think, this was the start of his downhill roll into Doubted.
So bad.
It is, yeah. So, you've got to pull from... What are you deciding this week?
I don't know.
You can go back to choosing from my bag, or you could go get something joyful from the dare bag.
Who just wants to be all upset? I'm going to choose something from the dare bag where it's probably going to be awesome.
That's part... Well, that's not going to make me happy if you like it again.
Yeah, well, tough.
Isn't this all about my pleasure? What's happening here?
Hey, man, you brought the dare bag into this. You said, okay, everybody out there. I don't understand
why I keep pulling the terrible ones out of it.
Everybody out there, send us some movies that are terrible so we can watch them and they'll be on the podcast. And you know what? I'm glad you did because, man, these awful movies are pretty good.
See, but it's still causing rage because it's making me rage because you're pulling good ones and I'm pulling terrible ones.
All right.
So cut it out. This one better be stink awful. Battlefield Earth 2.
Battlefield Earth 2. Okay. I'm trying to I'm reaching into the bag right now and I'm trying to grab one. There we go. I got one.
It looks like you've got your hand up Charlie Horse's butt.
No.
Is that where you're storing the bag?
Oh, no. Anyways, hey, look at that. It's the audience dare bag. It's state of the art. Okay, so I got one.
Let's have it.
Once again, well, I don't even know. What is this? Does this even exist? What is this?
I don't know. I can't see it.
Is it there?
Escape from Tomorrow. 2000. Oh my God. I think you actually like this movie.
I don't even know what it is. Maybe I do. Maybe I saw it.
Yeah.
I probably saw it.
I have a feeling you are going to like
this
movie.
That's not the George Clooney thing, is it? No.
No, this is the one. It's black and white.
Escape from Tomorrow?
And it's black and white, and it's like kind of like it's kind of a horror movie, kind of not.
Black and white and red all over? It's a newspaper.
It made me rage, but there's some parts in it that I think you might like because it's black and white.
Escape from Tomorrow.
Yep.
I don't know
it's
that
a thing. Oh, then you're in for a treat.
I have no idea who.
Roy Abramson, Elena Schuber, Jack Dalton. Nobody really too big. Directed by Randy Moore.
This is from 2013.
Yep. It's a movie. I've seen it probably a couple times, actually, by accident.
Escape from Tomorrow.
Yep. In a world of fate, castles, and anthropomorphic rodents, an epic battle begins when an unemployed father's sanity is challenged by a chance encounter with two underage girls on holiday. Sounds like a movie written just for you.
That sounds awful.
Sounds awesome.
This is live action?
Yeah, it's live action and it's black and white. Two of your favorite things put together. And there's a lot of walking in it, so this could be
what if I can't find it? I
Mondo
don't think I'm going to be able to find this. I don't think it exists.
I should be able to. I think it's probably on Tubi.
All right. Well, I'll look for it. I will try and watch it. I have no idea what it is. Escape from Tomorrow.
Sweet Georgia Brown.
All right. That's that.
Well, I am super excited to say goodbye. I miss you guys all till next week, but there's a few things we got to talk about. Thanks again, Treasures, for listening. Thanks to Extended Film Rage crew of the Leonard Conlon for artistic vision and photography, the Leonard Conlon Photography, and to Bex Goose for her animation skills. And you can find Bex at PotatoLadyPodcastReviews.com. Find us on social media at Film Rage, Twitter, and Instagram at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at FilmRageYYC.com. See what we look like on our YouTube channel by searching Film Rage Podcast. We are always wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment often everywhere you feel like, including filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Send us an email. Podchaser or Apple Podcast. Dare us to see terrible movies or to fuel our rage. But no matter what you do, please make us rage. Please. Please. That's it for this week. Rage on.